What happened, Gabe?
They just said my nigga got killed. No, for real long. Come on, let's go. Who said that? How? I just talked to bro yesterday. What? Niggas be asking all the time why I don't go back to Memphis that much. For when I do go back to Memphis, bro, I pop in and I pop back out. I don't be telling nobody I'm there, none of that except. Anyways, fuck. What time is it? It's gonna be 1. What time you usually be going to sleep? You be staying up late, don't you?
I be up a little late, yeah.
Me too. We can figure out some shit to do or kick it.
Are you okay?
I'm good. It's kind of like you get desensitized to the shit. If it ain't one thing, it's another, you know what I'm saying?
Memphis, a city long known for its music, its lights, and the vibrant rhythms of the streets. Yet on the night of the 10th of August, 2025, it all fell into a chilling, unnatural silence. As the wail of police sirens echoed through the damp night, everything around seemed to freeze. The flashing red and blue lights swept endlessly across every corner of the street, reflecting off the old buildings, casting harsh glows on the stunned faces of local residents who had just witnessed an unthinkable moment. In the midst of that heavy atmosphere, a young artist, once the source of lively rhythms and new hope for this city, collapsed within just a few fateful moments. He was Fast Cash C-Money, 25 years old, one of the fastest rising names in the Memphis rap scene. With his free-spirited style, powerful music, and closeness to his fans, C-Money was once seen as a symbol of a young generation of artists, those who dared to dream and kept moving forward without hesitation.
You crazy about these hoes, tell me what you simping about. You be chasing can't relate cause I just pick them out. I'm tryna ain't tryna take on no dinner date. If she ain't tryna get no money with me, then she in the way. I smile when I'm on demon time.
But that night, everything ended far too quickly, far too unexpectedly. The gunfire in the darkness not only claimed the life of an artist, but also left behind countless unanswered questions about safety, about the fragile line between fame and danger that young people in the entertainment world are forced to confront. And before we dive deeper into this story, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment letting me know where you're watching from. Your support helps us keep bringing you haunting, chilling stories, ones that stay with you, yet carry a deeply human message from all around the world. Fast Cash C-Money, whose real name was Courtney Smith, was born and raised in Memphis, a city famous for its rich musical heritage, but also for its darker corners. In his family's memories, Courtney was a quiet child, one who preferred observing over speaking. He would spend hours sitting in front of his father's old radio, listening over and over to rap tracks from the 92nd, murmuring along to every lyric. For Courtney, music was more than just sound. It was his way of understanding the world around him, a life where opportunity and danger always walked side by side. As he entered his teenage years, Courtney began writing his first rap verses. His lyrics were not polished or flashy, but raw and painfully honest about the neighborhood he lived in, the friends he grew up with, and the dreams that always felt just out of reach. Over time, that passion became the only goal he wanted to chase. Friends recalled that Courtney never had any intention of doing anything other than music. He joined Fast Cash Boys, a local rap group that was starting to gain attention with hard-hitting tracks full of raw street energy. Within the group, Courtney, taking the stage name Fast Cash C-Money, quickly became a standout figure. His free-spirited style, sharp lyricism, and confident performances helped him carve out a unique presence in a rap community already brimming with competition. Songs like Cash Walk and City Lights made the name Fast Cash Sh0ts increasingly familiar to the young audience of Memphis. But behind the stage lights, Courtney was a completely different person. He lived with his girlfriend, Sh0ts, and their children. For Courtney, family was not only a place to come home to, but also the driving force that kept him working tirelessly. Many nights after a show, when the crowd had left and the music had faded, Courtney went back to being a young father, busy with late-night meals and the laughter of his little children. Friends and fellow artists in the rap scene described Sh0ts as a calm, level-headed person who rarely let himself get caught up in personal conflicts. He maintained wide connections, showing respect to both the veterans and the newcomers in the industry. But Memphis is a city where fame, money, and street history are always tightly intertwined. Whether he wanted it or not, Sh0ts stood on a fragile line between the bright lights of success drawing near and the unpredictable dangers lurking in the shadows. Before the tragedy struck, those close to Courtney began noticing subtle yet undeniable changes in him. Rumors about a record deal with a major label spread quickly, offering him a life-changing opportunity, but also bringing along a heavy, unseen pressure. On social media, Courtney posted less frequently than before, yet occasionally there appeared vague status updates about busy days ahead or the silence needed before the storm. Many friends, when reading them, thought they were just fleeting emotions of an artist, but later, everyone realized they were like warning signs no one had paid attention to in time. A week before that fateful night, Courtney performed at a small show in the heart of the city. He still delivered an explosive performance as always, but friends said his eyes kept glancing toward the back of the stage, as if he were on guard for something. When asked about it, Courtney simply gave a faint smile and said that the more famous you become, the more things slip out of your control. In the Memphis rap community, simmering tensions between groups, personal rivalries, and rumors about fame were nothing new. Courtney had never publicly clashed with anyone, but his upcoming major record deal might have unintentionally stirred jealousy in others. Under a few of his posts, vague comments began to appear, saying things like, "Memphis doesn't easily welcome someone new stepping into the spotlight." His family also noticed that Courtney came home less often in those final weeks. He spent most of his time in the studio, working non-stop to finish his new tracks. His girlfriend, Sh0ts, once asked if something was troubling him, but Courtney only said that everything was fine, that he just wanted to focus on his music. No one imagined that these quiet changes were pieces of a puzzle pointing toward such a tragic ending. Just a few days before that fateful night, news about the record deal with a major label began spreading rapidly on social media. For many, it was a sign that Courtney was about to turn a new page, breaking free from the boundaries of an underground artist to reach a much wider audience. But for others, this became the reason to start whispering. Memphis had long been home to rivalries in the rap scene, where fame, money, and street history constantly overlapped. A rising name like Courtney preparing to sign a major deal was enough to make the already tense atmosphere even heavier. On social media, alongside the congratulatory messages were vague comments, some even hinting that Courtney's success might not last. A few anonymous accounts left cold remarks under his posts. "Not everyone's happy to see you stepping into the spotlight." At the time, his friends assumed it was just ordinary jealousy, never imagining what might lie behind those words. In real life, Courtney kept working tirelessly. He appeared at small shows, spent nearly every night in the studio, but friends noticed he smiled less than before. One close friend recalled a moment when Courtney looked around the stage before performing and quietly said, "The closer I get to success, the more I feel like I'm being watched." That remark was quickly brushed aside, as everyone believed it was just fatigue from his hectic schedule. The closer it came to the signing date, the more the rumors spread. Some said Courtney was about to leave Memphis for another city. Others claimed he was preparing to collaborate with artists who had previously clashed with certain groups in the area. Those stories, a mix of truth and lies, spread everywhere like fuel poured onto a fire that had been smoldering for far too long. In the early hours of the 10th of August, 2025, the neighborhood of Fraser in Memphis still lay in the usual quiet that followed midnight. Residents there were used to music, late-night parties, and the distant hum of traffic from downtown. But that night, the silence was shattered within just a few fateful minutes. A nearby home security camera captured the moment Courtney, better known as Fast Cash C Money, stood with a few friends on the front porch. He had just finished a long session in the studio, his face showing clear signs of exhaustion, yet there was still a glimmer of hope in his eyes. That evening, friends said Courtney laughed more than usual, as if wanting to savor a rare moment of peace before the busy days ahead would come crashing in. Then, from the end of the street, the headlights of a car flashed. The car crept forward slowly, drawing little attention until it stopped near the group standing there. The window rolled down. A series of deafening cracks erupted, tearing through the stillness of the night. It all happened too fast. Courtney collapsed after the very first rounds. The others scattered in panic, screams echoing through the neighborhood. The car sped away into the darkness, leaving behind a scene of chaos and the relentless blare of car alarms wailing in vain. Footage from the security camera later spread across social media, leaving the community in shock. No one could believe that a young artist who had so recently shared his dreams and future plans was now only a name spoken in mourning.
Video of a shootout in Fraser. Fox 13 News confirming that a man was killed in that. All of that gunfire, you heard it, you saw it right there. It happened yesterday in a residential area in Fraser. And Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson joining us live from that scene. Disturbing video we just saw there, Daniel.
Ernie, good morning. Disturbing to say the least. And keep in mind, folks, we did not play the duration of just how long those shots went on. I'll first start by telling you we have a lot of information that we are working to get confirmed this morning. So I will be working throughout the morning to get information confirmed for you. I can tell you that our producer, Tamira Turner, she worked all weekend long trying to get information confirmed. And folks, this is where we're at. Take a listen to this.
Neighbors said they heard at least 50 to 60 gunshots ring out. By the time paramedics arrived, Courtney was motionless. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The car used in the attack had vanished into the night before police could lock down the area. On social media, the tragic news spread at lightning speed. Fans, colleagues, friends, and even people who had never met Courtney in real life all expressed their shock and disbelief. Just yesterday, he had posted a picture from the studio with his familiar smile. Only a few days ago, people were talking about the upcoming record deal, the tours, the bright future waiting ahead. Yet it all ended in just a few fateful minutes. Theories began to surface. Some believed it was a targeted attack meant to stop Courtney from taking the next steps in his career. Others suspected an old personal grudge from the past. And some said it was just another act of senseless violence that happened far too often in the neighborhoods of Memphis. But at this point, everything remained speculation. Police had yet to reach any official conclusion, and the car used in the attack left no clear trace beyond the grainy images captured by the security cameras. Meanwhile, Courtney's family was nearly devastated. His girlfriend, Kya Smith, shared on social media that she couldn't believe the man who had just spoken about family matters the night before was now gone forever. Messages of condolence, old photos, and Courtney's music videos flooded social media pages, as if the community was desperately trying to hold on to his image amid a reality too painful to accept.
You think it's gonna have me looking like her? What you mean, man?
Really needs to go get that new bottle downstairs.
Right after the gunfire erupted, a flood of emergency calls poured into 911. Within minutes, the normally quiet Fraser neighborhood was lit up by the flashing red and blue lights of police cars and ambulances. The small road leading into the residential area was quickly sealed off. Shell casings were scattered across the ground, and shards of broken glass reflected the flashing lights, making the scene even more haunting. Witnesses, their voices trembling, recounted hearing at least 50 or 60 gunshots fired in rapid succession. Some even said they saw the car circling the neighborhood several times before stopping near Courtney's group. All these details only deepened the community's belief that this was no random shooting. As the ambulance drove away carrying Courtney's body, the entire neighborhood seemed to fall into silence. His friends and family wept, unable to believe that just hours earlier, Courtney had been talking about his music plans, about the record deal he hoped would change his family's future. The news quickly flooded social media. Thousands of comments appeared under Courtney's final posts. Friends in the Memphis rap scene changed their profile pictures to his image, adding heartfelt farewell messages. Fans from everywhere offered condolences, sharing Courtney's songs as a way to remember him. Memphis police launched an investigation that very night, collecting footage from security cameras, questioning witnesses, and urging the community to provide any additional information. Some sources said police suspected the shooting was linked to conflicts within the local rap scene, but at that time, there was no concrete evidence. The car used in the attack had yet to be found, and the true motive behind Courtney's death remained shrouded in darkness. In the first days after the shooting, Memphis police focused their investigation on a group of suspects believed to have had previous conflicts with Courtney. Several witness statements claimed to have seen these individuals near Courtney's home multiple times, and rumors within the rap scene only pushed the initial investigation further toward them. Social media erupted at the time, with many convinced this was a personal revenge tied to long-standing tensions. But as police gathered more data from security cameras and examined the crime scene evidence, a new detail slowly emerged. Footage from a camera a few blocks away showed the getaway car leaving the area in a completely different direction than what witnesses had reported. Even the shell casings collected at the scene did not match the type of weapons the initial suspects were believed to possess. This discovery forced police to widen the scope of their investigation. They reviewed Courtney's recent relationships, checking phone calls, messages, and his work schedule leading up to the incident. From there, a new name surfaced, someone who had been in frequent contact with Courtney but had recently clashed with him over money and business matters in the rap scene. With the new evidence, police tracked this individual and soon discovered the car used in the crime hidden in a private garage. Examination of the scene revealed fingerprints matching two primary suspects. Both were arrested just a few weeks later and faced charges of first-degree murder, along with multiple other offenses. In court, both initially denied any involvement, claiming they had been set up. But with the camera footage, witness testimonies, and ballistic evidence, the court handed down life sentences without parole. One of the perpetrators filed an appeal, but it was swiftly rejected. Courtney's family finally had answers, though the pain of their loss remained unchanged. The death of Fast Cash C-Money not only brought an end to the journey of a young artist full of potential, but also left a profound void in the hearts of his family, friends, and the entire Memphis music community. He passed away with plans still unfinished, with his musical dreams just reaching the threshold of success. For many, this was not only a personal tragedy, but also a stark warning about the cycle of violence and envy silently lurking behind the stage lights. Courtney's family, especially his girlfriend Kia Smith and their children, bore a loss that could never be repaired. From hoping for a bright future, they were left facing a reality of emptiness and grief. Every old photo, every song Courtney had written, now became memories out of reach. Friends in the Memphis rap scene were also stunned by his passing. Many admitted they had ignored the warning signs, thinking the threats on social media were nothing more than empty scare tactics. And now, when everything was far too late, they realized just how terrifying the price of silence could be. Courtney's death also exposed a troubling reality. Fame and success can become a double-edged sword. In the entertainment world, where social media amplifies everything and personal rivalries can so easily erupt into public conflicts, a young artist can become a target overnight. Fame brings the spotlight, but it also makes them a name to be scrutinized, envied, even threatened by those lurking in the shadows. From a social perspective, Courtney's story raises questions about the community's responsibility. Are we becoming too indifferent to warnings of violence? Should online threats be treated as serious signals rather than just empty jokes? And more importantly, what have we done to protect young people from this cycle of envy and violence?
Come on, let's go. Who said that? How? I just talked to bro yesterday. What? Niggas be asking all the time why I don't go back to Memphis that much. For when I do go back to Memphis, bro, I pop in, I pop back out. I don't be telling nobody I'm there, none of that. So, anyways, fuck. Time is it? It's gonna be 1. What time you usually be going to sleep? You be staying up late, don't you?
I be up a little late, yeah.
Me too. We can figure out some shit to do or kick it.
Are you okay?
I'm good. It's kind of like you get desensitized to the shit. If it ain't one thing, it's another, you know what I'm saying?
For artists in particular, Courtney's death is a wake-up call. It reminds us that control never equals love, that fame is never worth trading for safety and life itself. Feuds and endless conflicts bring nothing but loss to both sides and to the community that once cherished them. And for the audience, those who once cheered Courtney on stage, who shared his music, this story is a reminder that behind every song, every smile on social media, there might be a soul struggling with pressure and private fears. Show more care, listen more closely, and never ignore even the smallest cries for help. If this story makes you reflect, please share it so more people can hear about it. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment letting me know where you're watching from. Your support helps us continue bringing haunting, chilling stories that also carry deep lessons about life, about humanity, and about the fragile line between success and tragedy.